Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be doing a faux leather video for you guys. I haven't done one in a while. I ran out of ideas of what type of papers to do, but I came up with one. So I'm going to do a hanging file folder. I haven't done this yet, so I wanted to see what it looked like, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. I've asked you guys a couple times what you want to see, and I haven't got any responses, so I'm coming up with ideas myself. I have a hanging file folder here. I got these from a surplus store here in Austin, and I love that they're brown because most of the ones you see are green. And so we're going to be using this. So I'm going to go ahead and start preparing it. Let me get set up a little bit and I'll be back. Okay, got my cutting mat out, my X-Acto blade, and my ruler. We're going to go ahead and cut off the edges. I already cut off one. Yeah, I just want to cut these off because you definitely don't need it. Come on, there we go. Okay, definitely do not throw these away because they make really good little scraps for your junk journals. You can use them as pockets, little, what's it called, belly bands. Yeah, you can use them for a lot of stuff. I'm not sure what you can do with these. I'm, for now, just putting it in my trash can. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is soak this because this paper is a little too strong to just crumple, and even if I use my water and glycerin to spray it down, it probably is still going to be a little hard to work with. So I'm going to take it to my bathroom and soak it in the sink for a couple minutes, and then we'll come back. Okay, so I just went ahead and soaked it in the water for a couple minutes. You just need to soak it a little bit so you can let the fibers loosen up a bit so you can crumple it, and just pat it off with the towel and crumple it. So I already went ahead and did that. If you guys have seen any of my faux leather videos, you've seen me crumple paper 1,000 times. So I figured I wouldn't show you that. And then I was going to use shoe polish on it. That's what this is, and I didn't like the way it was coming out. It's a little too red for me. So I'm going to use my trusty vintage photo Mod Podge, and I think this one is the Walnut ink from Joann's. I forgot to label it, so I'm pretty sure that's what that one is. But I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on there with the paintbrush and see how it turns out. Put a little bit of this too. I was actually gonna move my mat before I did this, but I forgot. You can always spray it a little bit again with water. And I just need to figure out what I want to do with this when it's done. I definitely want to do more videos. I definitely need to do more journals because I have not done that many journals. I'm not sure. I've only done like a handful of journals. So I really need to do more of that. You just want to paint all over. And again, I'm only going to do one side because the other side does have that print on it. And so that'll be the inside of the journal. And of course, I would probably cover that up with either scrapbook paper or cardstock. And of course, as I always say, you can use anything you want to paint it. I always like to use the Mod Podge and Distress Ink like mixture that I've made. But you can use acrylic paint, you can use probably alcohol inks if you want. You can use anything you want. I just always use this, and it always turns out very well. I have used acrylic paint before, and it always comes out good too. I just figured since I wanted it brown, I would use this, and I haven't done one of these in a while. Okay, I think that's it. Just want to make sure you get all of the spots that you want. I kind of like the mixture of the two different browns. So this is the Walnut ink from Joann's, and then my vintage photo. I'm going to go ahead and let this dry for a while, and then we'll come back. I'm going to do a different mixture of Mod Podge because I would really like to see what it looks like matte. And of course, this Mod Podge is regular Mod Podge. It's going to come out with a little bit of a sheen. Let me show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do, or try to do, is mix some of this matte medium that I got from Walmart in with this, a little bit of my Mod Podge, see what happens. It says to mix with acrylic paint. I'm going to try this and see if it works. I'm not going to mix it in this bottle. I'm going to take out some and mix it in with that, and then we'll try it on the faux leather that we just did. I also have this one that I just discovered. This is Mod Podge paper. It says it's matte. I tried it and it's still not completely matte. So far again, it still seems like the only one I've been able to use is the one that I made. Have a video for that I'll link down below for you. But yeah, let me go ahead and hit that with the heat gun because I'm not sure how much time I have to work with and I want to get this video done. Okay, so it's almost dry. It's not completely dry, but that's okay. It's still just damp. I put a little bit of the Mod Podge in this little bowl, and like I said, I always dilute one. This is the bottle that I keep, and then I have a big bottle. I just dilute it with some water just to make it a little easier to spread, but only use distilled water. That way it keeps it from getting icky. So yeah, just mix a little bit in that bowl, and then I'm going to put a little bit of this in there, and then just mix it up with my glue brush. And hopefully this works. And I've never done this before, so I love getting on here and try new things with you guys so we can try them together. And if it doesn't work, then at least you guys know so you don't have to do it. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let's bring in our faux leather. And I'm just going to paint it on. I love how it spreads so easy. I actually meant to go over this before I did this with some ink, but that's okay. Okay, there we go. Got it all covered with the Mod Podge. So I'm going to let that dry and we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it's matte. And if not, at least we tried, right? So I'm going to let that dry and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, it is pretty much dry, still a little damp, but it's dry enough. It's definitely not completely matte. It has a little bit of shine still, but that's okay. It looks cool. I like it. But yeah, I don't know if I didn't put enough of the matte medium in there or what happened, but at least we know now that that isn't an option unless you put more. I guess I'm just going to have to make more of my matte medium that I made in my video, which I will link down below for you. I actually need to go back and watch that video to learn how to make it myself because I forgot. Let me know what you guys think I should do with this. Should I make a couple journals? I could probably cut it in half and make a journal, like 2 small journals, because it's big enough to do that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think I should do with it. I definitely need to start using some of this faux leather. I think I've said that in videos before too, that I've made in past videos. I know I've done a few things with some of them, but anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think. So yeah, like I said, now at least we know that that doesn't work. And I will be making some more of my matte medium here soon. Okay, you guys, so I want to try another one like this, another file folder. I'm just going to do it a little bit different. So I wanted to show you real quick. This is the one that I did, the first one that I did, and it came out really nice. I like it. It's a little more wrinkled than I like, and it's definitely more stiff because I didn't put the glycerin in the water. The glycerin helps to soften up the fibers of the paper more and like kind of break them up a bit to make it more flexible and pliable, and I didn't put glycerin in the water in this one. So I want to try another one on another file folder. That way I can show you a couple different ways to do it. So let's go ahead and get started. I tried this yesterday and it did work, but I think this time I'm actually going to put a little bit of glycerin in the water because this one here that I did yesterday, once it's dry, it's like really stiff. I'm assuming it's because I didn't put any glycerin in the water. So I'm going to try that and see if it comes out better. I like it to be really flexible and more pliable, I guess, like soft. So I'm gonna go soak this for a couple minutes. I'll come back and we'll get started. So I got it all wet. I let it soak for a while, so that's why it's brown on the edges here, so I can get it. I don't think I let it soak long enough yesterday, and I did add glycerin to the water, but I'm spraying it some more so we can crinkle it. And we just want to scrunch it up like we usually do all of my faux leather videos. Get it nice and wrinkled, and you shouldn't have to worry about this tearing because it's still pretty strong. Yeah, just wrinkle it up. Okay, we definitely want it on this side. Just keep crinkling it until you get it wrinkled as you want. Okay, I think that's good enough. Wow, it already looks like leather, doesn't it? Without even putting anything on it. Okay, so yesterday when I did this, I used my Mod Podge mixtures. Okay, I think I'm going to try the antique wax this time. Last time, like I said, I used my Mod Podge mixtures. I think I'm going to try this time and see how it turns out. Spray some more water again. Okay, there I finished painting it. Looks cool so far. I'm gonna let it dry and then I'll come back and see what it looks like. I actually accidentally painted the wrong side. So I started painting this side, and that's the one that has the print on it right here. We'll talk about what I'm going to do for a seal to seal it. I'll be back. So I use the home decor wax from Faux. It's antique wax. You can use anything you want. I like to use that because it gives us this nice brown color. I also threw in a little bit of this, which I think is the walnut ink with Mod Podge mixed in from Joann's. But you can use this, you can use the like mixture, you can use that, you can use acrylic ink, and you can paint it any color you want. It doesn't have to be brown. I've done red, blue, black, so you can do any color you want. I've done pink before in the past as well, so any color works. Yeah, so I'm going to let this dry for a while and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. And then we'll talk about how I'm going to seal it. I have this new Mod Podge, the Mod Podge paper that I want to try. It says it's matte, but I have tried it and it still has a little bit of a sheen. So we're going to try that. I'll be back when it's dry. Good morning, you guys. So it is the next day. My leather is finally dry. I had to add some more paint to it, or more of the home decor wax. It just wasn't looking like it was still. I was still seeing a lot of this in there. I wanted more of a brown look. It didn't even look like I'd used it, so I wanted to add some more. So I did that last night. But yeah, I love the way this one turned out. It looks more like leather, not as wrinkled. Like I did this one the day before. It turned out good, but I wanted to try it again and see if I can make it look more like leather. This one came out pretty stiff, and I didn't soak this one as much in the water with the glycerin as I did this one. So I guess it depends on what look you're going for. If you're going for more of this type of look, then you wouldn't soak it as long. And if you're going for more of this look, which I really like this, you would definitely soak it for a couple more minutes and add the glycerin. Because I actually didn't add the glycerin to the water for this one either. I think that's why it's a little more stiff. This one's a little more flexible. So I'm going to go ahead and put the seal on right now. I made this batch of Mod Podge using the Mod Podge paper, and I just filmed a video on how to make this matte, because it says matte, but it's not. It still has a bit of a sheen. I was hoping that this one would be actually matte. I've never seen this before. I know it's been around, but I just never seen it. It still has a tiny bit of a sheen. It's not completely matte. So I figured out how to make it matte, and you will see that video probably before this one. So, hey you guys, so I realized while I was editing this video that I never actually showed you what I did to make a mixture of matte Mod Podge that's actually matte. I told you that I wanted to seal this with a matte Mod Podge, and I never actually showed you what I did. I showed you the mixture, I talked about it, but I never actually showed you what I actually added to it to make it matte. So all I did was add a little bit of cornstarch to my mixture or my Mod Podge, and I'm using Mod Podge paper, which says that it's matte, and it's also not matte. Just like regular matte Mod Podge, it has a bit of a sheen to it. It's not matte. So I just added a little bit of cornstarch to it, and it makes it matte. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. I did make a video on how to make a matte Mod Podge that's actually matte, just adding cornstarch. I will link it down below for you. I just wanted to show you in this video as well, so you don't have to go watch that one if you don't want. I would love it if you would watch it, but I wanted to show you in this one too, so you're not sitting there thinking like, well, what did she add to it? So anyway, all I did was add the cornstarch, and that's it. I'll link that video down below for you, and let's get back to the video. Yeah, so I just made a small batch of this, so I'm going to go ahead and paint this. So I like this, the way this one came out. I'm not going to touch this one. It doesn't have too much of a sheen for me that I wouldn't use it for something, but I definitely want this one to be matte. So I'm going to use this mixture. So for this one, as I said, I love the way it came out. I guess I just wanted to try 2 different versions for you guys to give you options. I always like to do that. But yeah, I added more of this one. This is the one I made in my video that I'll put down below for you. That it's actually matte, because I added a little bit. I don't remember what I was doing. I was testing something. I don't know. I forget what I even did, but anyway, that was like 2 days ago, and my memory is like horrible. But anyway, I added a little bit of this matte one to cover that up. When I use this for something, I don't want to have one little section be shinier than the rest. Let's go ahead and cover this one with the Mod Podge. I'm going to get my spray bottle with the glycerin. I added some water to this, but I want to make sure that it spreads easier. I'm hoping you guys will give me some more ideas on types of faux leather that you would like me to do, because this one just came to me because I realized that I haven't done a file folder yet. And I love the color of these ones, so I figured it would be fun. I'm actually kind of glad that I did 2 of them, because now, like I said, it gives you guys options of what you want to do, and it helped me too, because like I said, if you soak it longer, then it makes it more pliable and easier to work with, and it makes it look more like this. So this looks more, honestly, more like leather than the other one does. The other one is more wrinkled. I think somebody mentioned that in a video too once, that, or in a comment, I mean, that sometimes faux leather's not that, or leather is not that wrinkled, and so I think this one looks more like faux leather than that does. Or like leather, I mean. Okay, so I'm just gonna paint this on there and we'll let it dry and we'll show you what it looks like. I'm just gonna go ahead and speed this up and finish, and then we'll let it dry and come back. Okay, just got this little corner to do, and then that's it. And then we'll let it dry. I don't think I'm going to hit this one with the heat gun. I'm just going to let it dry on its own. I didn't hit, when I was painting it, I didn't hit it at all with the heat gun. I just let it sit there and dry all day. It took a while. I don't know if it's because I did soak it longer. It took a while to dry. And then, like I said, I went back in and added some more paint, or the wax, I mean, because it wasn't covered enough. I covered this whole thing. For some reason, some spots were still not covered. This little spot here, but I think that just looks cool now. Yesterday was a lot that was still almost the same color as the file folder. Okay, so that's pretty much covered. I can already see spots where it's drying, and it definitely looks like it's drying matte like I want, so that's good. Okay, let's let this dry, and then we'll come back later and I'll show you what it looks like completely dry. Okay guys, so it's a little while later. It's pretty much dry and it looks really cool. I love it. I definitely prefer this look over the other one. But this one looks cool. It's just a little too wrinkled, I think. And this one's a lot stiffer. So, like I said before, I wanted to show you a a couple different options of how to make faux leather with the file folder, and I love the way this one came out. So if you want to make it like this, soak it for probably a good 5 minutes, if not longer. Just give it a good soak, but make sure you add the glycerin to your water, because that's really what loosens up the paper and makes it less stiff. So it really feels really good. Even with the Mod Podge on it, it feels really good. Okay, so it's been a couple weeks now, I think, since I've done this faux leather, and it's definitely more stiff than I thought it would be. It has completely dried now. Obviously, it's been just sitting on my table, and it's definitely a little more stiff. It's still not as stiff as this one is, but it's a little more stiff than I would like. I mean, it's still definitely going to be usable. Obviously, you can still use it and make a really nice journal cover or a couple of journal covers with it, or you can use it for whatever else you like. But if you want it more soft, you would probably just, I'm guessing, need to soak it in the water and glycerin for a little longer. Maybe, I don't remember how long I did this one for, but like maybe 15-20 minutes. Just let it soak in there. I'll have to try that sometime just to see if it actually works. I just wanted to show you guys with some time what it looks like and how stiff it is. I guess that's it for this video. I'm gonna definitely do something with this in a future video. Let me know what you guys think I should do with it. If I should make like journal covers. I could probably get 2 journal covers with this, like cut it in half and fold them like this. I could get probably 2 good sized journal covers. So let me know what you think, and again, let me know what type of faux leather you guys would like me to see. My goodness. Let me know what type of faux leather or any other type of videos that you guys would like me to do. I'm looking for ideas for this year. I have some, but I would like to see what you guys want to see from me. So far, it's only the 3rd, 4th, and I've already got 2 videos filmed. So that's awesome compared to what I was doing last year. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.